reproduce this.
We're not talking about cubes enough.
No, we're definitely not talking about cubes.
If I didn't even know I cubed.
I feel like Rick Rubin right now. I have no shoes on, no socks.
Yeah, I'm trying my best not to look down.
It's neato.
Yeah, I don't want to see your toe cuticles.
You're all zen at
I
home.
have nice feet.
Right?
OnlyFans.
Everybody's mad comfy today.
Prove it.
Exactly.
Pixar didn't happen.
All right, calm down over there. Welcome to the SVW Podcast. My name is Roman. I am here, as always, with Heck.
We only consistent.
Woody.
Yes, sir.
And a very special guest named
The Gunk.
J.A., not the Gunk. The Gunk,
J.A., baby.
the Gunk is not with us this week, but luckily our good friend J.A. is here with us to replace him.
You know, like Arn Anderson would say, if there's any spot I'm going to take, it's the Gunks.
That's what he would say?
Yeah, he's known for that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. We've got a lot to
News
talk
to me.
about. Yeah, exactly. We've got a lot to talk about today. We are going to talk about a big episode of Monday Night Raw this past week. What did you guys think of that episode?
You know what? I thought it was a little slow for times, but it had like nice pops.
I mean, for the road to WrestleMania, like, you just expect everything to just be like firing all cylinders right now. Like,
But at the same time, like, yeah, you also got to chill a little bit. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're building up to WrestleMania. You can't have like get pedal to the metal the whole time, and then like it's gonna. But they set the stage.
You gotta leave them wanting something from
Yeah,
Mania.
they set the
100%.
stage a little bit.
They definitely did.
And they made it feel like a big event. They had a huge steel cage match at the end of the show, live from Madison Square Garden. So throughout the
Live
show,
from Madison Square Garden. Jade loves some MSG.
I know,
yeah.
man.
So when they would during the show, they would talk about some great steel cage matches that took place in Madison Square Garden throughout the year. So I thought that was really cool.
Which
Like
was,
what?
They brought up the Jimmy Snuka one, which I thought was a bold move.
San Martino.
Yeah, but it's still like they've wiped Chris Benoit off the map, and they won't talk about him ever. But they show replays of Jimmy Snuka, who was like, he actually murdered someone. They actually was like, this guy murdered someone, but we can't put him
Chris
on trial.
Benoit's
because he's gonna
alleged.
die. Yeah, Chris Benoit is just alleged.
Kevin
Never went
Sullivan
to trial.
did
Yeah, that is true. Kevin
Never went to
Sullivan-
trial.
And Kevin Sullivan took it to
Well,
his grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, and so the garden was great. They helped it push along some storylines, get you to WrestleMania. Now we got a women's three-way, a lot of exciting
Triple
stuff.
threat.
Oh.
Triple threat.
Triple
You
threat.
can't
Calm down.
you can't use the other word. It gets people.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong site.
Okay. Woo!
Brought to you
Next
by
up-
Bang Brews.
Yeah. After that, we're going to talk Smackdown. That was here live in Philadelphia. I was there. I don't know about you guys. But
Did you get that shirt? I was there. I don't know about you
No,
guys.
you know what?
I don't know about
That
you.
would be sick. Oh my god, that's great. I don't know.
I got the
actually,
merch guys info. I hit them up.
Honestly, we should. I don't know if there actually was one of those, but there were a couple of Philly exclusive tees. But yeah, we are going to talk about that. And of course, there was an AEW pay-per-view this week, Revolution.
There's a
Went
revolution in the air.
And we are going to go through.
Do
the
you want a
card for
revolution?
that.
Whoop, whoop.
Another absolute banger. Holy shit, man. These
Yeah.
AEW
Until the
pay-per-views
end.
just don't miss until they just kind of like, I probably could have skipped that last match.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the best match was probably on the pre-show, actually.
Oh, shut up.
We'll get into all that later. And then, of course, before we leave, we have some quick hits, as always. But we'll start with SmackDown.
We'll go through it real quick. Like I said, you got that one event. You got the one angle.
Is this
How
guy-
was
is this
it out
like a
there?
joke?
How
Is
was
this
it
guy
out
Tell
there?
us about the crowd. It was
Is this
absolutely
guy
hype.
fucking with me right now?
How was it out there in SmackDown?
The show was really, really. It was the energy was palpable.
Ooh.
I will say so. We did get to see a great speed match between Dominic Mysterio and Ivar, and then Ivar got the win, and he was like, "Yo, run it back." He was like, "Get Dragon Lee out here right now."
So who's the speed champ right now?
Still Dragon Lee. He retained. So
Okay.
Dragon Lee came out. He said he cut a little promo. He said, "Yo, I'm taking the belt right now. Like Dragon Lee, get out here." They played Dragon Lee's music, and he did not get the belt, but that was cool to see.
I've never seen a speed
Chelsea
match.
Green
in
was
person.
ode to Cactus Jack, right?
Yeah, Chelsea Green had a great ode to Cactus Jack. That was awesome.
She also
Alba Fire is
She
now part of our
posted-
security team.
Yeah.
Yeah, she posted on I don't know what's one social media talking about how much he loves Philly, too.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if someone sent that to me. I thought it was someone in this room. I don't know, But she said that literally what you were talking about. She's like, there's some amazing places to wrestle. Every place has their own vibe, you know. And like over in Asia, like they have like a polite clap, and they like you know they cheer for you kick out, and then certain places are just loud, and the UK sings their songs, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
She's like, but Philly has the energy,
dude.
Always has the energy.
Yo,
and no place is
palpable.
Like
It is palpable. They kicked that show off. They said, and I don't know if you guys have, I don't know when the last time you guys were at a live WWE show was, but they have this new, like, I guess it's for the road to WrestleMania, or maybe it's because of the Netflix thing or whatever, but they have this new, like, intro promo video.
It was SmackDown, so Netflix had no part.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, it had some footage in it. I guess it's like WWE footage or whatever, but they have this new, like, promo video that they play, and it is just, like, hitting on all cylinders, super dramatic, like super like almost like Marvel movie-esque. It was awesome. And then like, you know how they do it, like they do the thing then now forever, and then like the stage goes black, everything goes black, and then you just hear Randy Orton's music, and the crowd went nuts. They popped hard. Like they went crazy.
It was able to be pelped. The energy in there was like you can nearly pelp it.
How was the LA Knight Shinsuke match?
LA Knight.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like late for LA Knight.
Well,
like, I feel like the
you mean like in the evening?
Jimmy has. I mean, Jay stole that
thunder from him.
Yeah.
He was the hype. The hypest of the hype, and then Jay yeeted it all over him.
He yeeted it all over him. Apparently, Shinsuke. There was like rumors that like. He wasn't going to re-sign with WWE, or WWE didn't want to re-sign with him.
Totally false.
That was
I saw that. Yeah,
they were like, not only is he...
I always saw that Shinsuke loves being over here. He'd just be like surfing and just chilling.
Yeah, man. He's not trying to wrestle every week and kill himself anymore. He's like, I'm cool just like being a superstar and being there when they need him. Also, when there was all the shit of people like, why do they do a single, a number one contender match? It was LA Knight, and then they did a number one contender match. And then it was LA Knight again. You were like, oh, like Shinsuke's like brother died.
Yeah.
And they kind of he took a week off for that, so they pushed the storyline back a week.
Oh, I did have a gripe about SmackDown. I did not like that Braun Strowman was just dismantling like the Bloodline by himself, single-handedly.
I agree with you 110%. That was like disturbing. Like it made the Bloodline look like below mid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are they smaller than an ambulance? Because I've seen him flip one of those.
Well, that's what. So if they would have done this at that time when Braun Strowman was in a spotlight, flipping over Mack trucks and ambulance trucks and like all that shit, then it would have been different. But he hasn't been shown and booked in that light to be like the monster among men.
Honestly, even the truck gimmick, whatever, I would have still been blown away that they had this one guy go through this team that was literally
the team
for 15 months. Like they were the top of the card. Jacob Fatu is the most dangerous man in the business right now.
Yep.
And he just went through him, Solo, Tom. It was
also
crazy.
Like he stood toe to toe with Fatu stood toe to toe with him.
No, he tossed him.
No. I'm saying like in the past.
Yeah.
In a singles match.
No, I think it's called Fatu to 2.
Fatu to 2. That's French. I'm sorry. I don't know what I just said. I apologize to my French friends out there.
They're like, what did he just say?
Merci beaucoup. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like you can't go from, oh my God, these guys are basically, he's a little bit bigger, but this guy's crazy. It's a good matchup to like, oh, I could beat him and all his family. It was a little bit wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
Braun Strowman was like being portrayed as like a jobber for a hot minute. Like, yeah, I don't.
He honestly took out the bloodline.
Yeah, taking out the bloodline single-handedly. Like
he's been a little bit rough since his bald bearded tag team partner went away. It's like he's been kind of lost
the little
with Ricochet.
Kid, Nick. Oh,
yeah, Ricochet went away, and he's like
kid Nick. Yeah,
no, Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas.
Well, Nicholas and Ricochet are like on the same level.
Ricochet.
How do you feel about Ricochet wearing the Eagles hat as his heel
What
gimmick?
are we doing? We're gonna talk AEW in a second, man.
Well, you brought up Ricochet, and I don't like the Eagles
He has
hat.
no format etiquette at all.
You can't put JA in a box.
No, you can't. You really can't.
Then Naomi had a.
We're not going to talk about Ricochet and his Eagles hat during the AEW segment.
I actually was going to. I was going to bring it up. It was a botch.
Naomi and Bianca have been doing their like best acting. They're getting like a Golden Globe or something.
I have been watching like BET for a long time, and that was.
Well, we're getting to BET later.
That's later. That's later. I'm talking about now.
But you can't talk about it.
It was like the best Tubi movie you've seen.
I'm just saying, like
he's
this
allowed to jump around, but I'm not.
This was some of the best like black cinema I've ever seen. These two girls went above and beyond. It was amazing. This is I'm locked in on this storyline.
But I'm still curious because, WWE likes the little subtleties, and Naomi was wearing all black. Bianca was wearing all black. Jade was wearing white this time. So,
is it turn?
Where does Bianca fall in? She's saying you know what I mean. She's wiping her hands of it. She's involved with the Rhea.
But then Bianca was wearing all white at the Elimination Chamber.
And Jade would obviously know
which
who attacked
way?
her. Like
right.
knows.
Well, Naomi admitted to it. She was like,
Naomi
I
did it.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She did
I did it for The Rock.
Yeah.
She went after Naomi. Like she knows that. So Bianca had nothing to do with it.
So is it possible that her husband's father is a bad influence on her?
Definitely.
He taught her to do things for other people like that.
He did it for
Stone Cold.
I did it for Bianca.
Yeah.
That meme on the internet.
That was great.
The internet is ruthless and wastes no time.
Yeah, that was
the Rikishi with Naomi's face.
That was
I saw someone that was like, it was someone else famous that was like, I don't know who did this, but I'm gonna send it to Jay. I know that you're married to Jimmy, but like I don't have Jimmy's phone number, so I'm sending it to Jay because they need to see this.
Yeah, so good.
Now every time he like sleeping with his wife, he just pictures his dad.
Yeah. I will say
they could both back that ass up.
Yeah, that is
right. Who got the better ass, Naomi or Rikishi?
Honestly, it's a toss up.
Rikishi thick.
Yeah, he's thick as hell
with like 4 C's.
Yeah, for real. I will say another part of the show that people really pop for, obviously Cody. But he got a little bit of he did a little bit of the cheap heat, or the cheap pop. He came out, he talks about, I was right here in Philadelphia, everyone goes crazy, and then he talked
Mick
about
Foley taught him well.
Yeah. It was cool though, because I forgot like about the Money in the Bank, like I forgot that was in Philly. When he told the story, he was like, I was on top of that ladder, mustache across my face, and like you guys cheered for me, and then last year I won the belt here, and so that was good, and people like that. But yeah, the Randy Orton shit was like unmatched. It was crazy. It was really crazy.
It's funny that I feel like Randy was surprised at people's reactions sometimes, and he was like, okay, you're booing that. I see what you're booing. And then he did the thing that I hate. He like made a great joke. And then he like said another line to explain the joke.
Yeah.
When he was just like, oh, he's gonna bottom Rock. And he's like,
yeah.
And they were like, that's fucking funny, dude. That's a really funny joke.
And
he's like, and that's why they call it the Rock Bottom. You're like, no.
You had it.
We got it. We understood it. It was a very clear.
You got to explain the joke. It's not a joke.
Right. Because you see, the Rock and the bottom is like, I did it both ways.
Yeah.
And then it gets funny again.
I thought you should
have done it one more.
Roman's a bottom.
Well, no, it's not a Roman bottom.
No.
And that's why then you should have made some sort of reference how he stole it from Booker T anyway. It's the bookend. It's not even the Rock Bottom. He just stole that move.
But I told you, we'll get to Booker T later.
It's burning.
The great create, or the good create, the great steal.
The great steal, Woody. Come on.
The final boss, baby.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, pretty good episode of SmackDown. It is kind of hard when every week on Raw, it's like, I mean, we'll get to Raw, but what a great show this has been. What?
I just love everything because we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Raw next.
Jay really messed you up.
Yeah, he did.
Man.
But SmackDown was good. SmackDown was good.
I'm happy you got to go there.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to. I wish I could have. Because obviously, I was my son was not feeling great again, and it was a funny time in the household. And then because it was like diarrhea stuff.
Yeah,
which is just funny when kids have diarrhea. It's just hilarious.
Cha.
He's just like thinks he's fine. He jumps off doing a wrestling move and he's like, I poop myself.
Damn, that's pretty good.
Putting Captain on the last.
Yeah, but I would have still taken him if I would have known Cena was. If someone would have said, "Oh, but Cena's gonna be there," I'm like, I'm sorry, son. Strap on a diaper. We're gonna go see Cena.
Like, yeah, I thought Cena was maybe going to come out just because it was the first one after.
I was checking every inside source I know in all of Philadelphia to see if like anyone saw his car or someone picked him up from the airport.
We saw see him.
Yeah, no, he's the hardest one to find.
I think you're gonna get kicked off at the end of the show.
Next week at 3:00, Barcelona, Spain, John Cena.
It's crazy.
3:00.
Right, I saw that Netflix is doing some of the Raws like earlier in the day.
Well, it's in Barcelona, so it's gonna be on 3:00 in the afternoon.
We're not supposed to get it till regular time though. But
we get it at 3.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought they said they were gonna do it.
Here we go.
100%.
Going to the tape.
It said special start time. 3:00.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay. Because I usually just go on Twitter and check the results before I watch it when they delay it like that. Nope. Twitter. I still have Twitter.
Yeah.
Just the little bird.
He said little bird.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Oh, yeah, Travis Scott shirt dropped on the Cactus Jack site.
Yeah.
Wrestling is real.
That's actually it's a really good shirt.
It is actually
it's such a cool
shirt.
Old school.
It has that old school feel, like the
Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Other side, jackass.
Yeah. Love Other Side Jackass. That's classic. I know that's your favorite.
It's a crazy trios heel group. These 3 guys, you know, like. Where else have you seen 3 A-list celebrities inside and outside the ring as a heel group? I mean, it's unheard of. It's uncharted waters.
Yeah, not since Captain Lou and Cyndi Lauper. You know?
I mean, we're talking like crazy.
Nailed it.
I mean,
crazy red carpets between those 3. You know.
Oh, it's true.
Travis
There's the 3
Scott,
of the biggest stars in the
Cena,
world, and
Rock. What a heel group.
And Jacques Vermont Webster the second.
I just want to see them both bald.
Yeah, I think the only people you would boo more are like the Logan brothers.
I don't even know if I'd boo them more. They're doing more. I think they're better at wrestling than most of the people in that ring.
What about Jacques?
I think Logan Paul can out wrestle Cena, Rock, and Jacques.
You're crazy.
The Rock and Jacques connection. How did we not come up with that last week?
Yo, that needs to be. Somebody has to make that a shirt.
It's not going to be Cactus Jack. I can tell you that much.
No, it's not the Rock and Jacques connection. Oh man!
If you don't know this, Jay, Travis Scott, his real name is Jacques Vermont Webster II.
If you didn't know, Jay, Travis Scott is a rapper. He appeared on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
he's the one that punched Cody to the side of the head.
I thought he was an indie wrestler that The Rock brought up.
He's WWE ID. Jacques Vermont Webster.
You thought he was like Sean Smith.
Side note, you saw the WWE IDs like begging the indies to like book.
He looked
these
a little
guys
thirsty, right?
WWE ID.
It should be cool if some of our IDs guys got on some shows at WrestleMania.
You guys can book these WWE ID guys.
They're like
right?
GCW. Mm-hmm.
So that is interesting to me. That
like you can't just don't got money to put. Just fucking pay up the money and put one of your guys on there.
Yeah,
like
I feel like promotions would be clamoring to get their star. I mean, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, if you want to keep your stars. Like, I don't know. That's a good question. But now we will get to Raw. Okay, is that okay with you, J.A.?
I can't wait. Madison Square Garden.
What you don't know about this is since he edits this, he's just gonna put this at first and then put that second.
I'll leave it because it's good. It's good comedy. Big episode of Raw this week. First up,
Jey Uso and Grayson
Waller.
Waller.
Waller match.
Okay.
It's a good match.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
We're not going to go through every match on Raw, right?
No.
Austin Theory, obviously, huge push a couple years ago.
He was a Vince guy.
Even Grayson Waller had, they were tag team champions together.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like put him in this little comedy role, this and that. I'm not 100% behind it. Maybe long term from now we'll see them rise to bigger heights. I like those guys. I think there's a lot of promise.
Also,
in them.
you want to say Grayson Waller? He like slingshotted directly off the bat when he came from NXT. He's in the ring with The Rock. He's in the ring with every time they brought a star back. They put him with Grayson Waller. They had him. The Grayson Waller effect was kicking off every single
Theory
show.
Beat Cena.
Yeah.
Who else?
I think he was the one. I guess when The Rock came back.
I think Austin Theory
was in the ring with him.
I think Austin Theory is banned for Grayson Waller. I think he's been detrimental to the course that he was on. I think since Austin Theory had the worst Money in the Bank briefcase holding of all time, than going for the U.S. title and losing.
There was Otis.
I still think Otis was better. That's how bad. That's how bad.
Oh man!
Wow. Didn't Otis give his away?
I guess in a weird way, when you look at it now that I think about it, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are still in sub angles with main event guys. So it's not like they're really being thought after.
Basically, at this point, when it comes to all tag teams, I feel like just tag teams in general are like, hey, we're gonna just keep swimming. You know what I mean? Keep treading water. We're going to have some time for you soon. And I think we might get that in the next couple of weeks. Because I think we start to lock down some of these big single matches for WrestleMania.
Then we get the filler stuff.
Now we're going to have to not lock in some of those filler matches in between.
Yeah.
So we can get some good storylines from here to Mania.
We need a good bathroom break.
But I would like a tag team versus a tag team. I don't want 4 tag teams versus each other. Build up 2 tag teams.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, and it's going to take a while. Because the tag team division is hugely lacking. And not just WWE, all the wrestling. Mm-hmm. Tag teams are not.
And there's some solid tag teams out there.
Fucking great. The Street Profits are obviously they're doing something with them right now.
Yeah.
But they're not where they should be.
Machine Guns.
Yeah.
I know. We were talking about regular size adult tag
coming
teams.
to WWE, so we'll get him and Penta back together, Lucha Bros.
Yeah. Shout out to my boys, the post game, bro.
I thought we saw Ray Phoenix this week at Madison Square Garden. Was that him who did the?
I don't know who it was actually.
He was. He came with the American flag.
Yeah, I don't know why Ray Phoenix went so American, but I think that was him.
I think he's just trying to get it pushed. Listen, man, if in today's politics right now, he's just trying to be like, "Hey, I'm American.
Don't toss me."
Yeah.
Been here the whole time, buddies.
Do that.
Hey, let's go eat some hamburgers.
Flip off the wall.
That's now it's very good, very smart by him.
That's a good gimmick.
Did you see? He said, "Gracias." That was great.
Made in America hat.
Yeah, it's like a Alberto Del River. Now it's just the. It's a tough time for being a luchador.
It surely is. It surely is. Shout out to all the luchadors.
Just don't bring your girlfriend into that river.
Ooh, yeah, no, he'll throw her right out of a moving vehicle.
Yeah,
You'll be drowned.
Jesus Christ.
We got Logan Paul coming out.
Yeah.
What's the comedian he threw over the thing? You got?
Schultz,
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz. Yeah.
Simon Gotch.
I always thought you had to be funny to be a comedian.
He's funny-esque.
Anyone get the Simon Gotch reference?
The mustache.
He looks a lot like half the vaudevillain.
Vaudevillains.
Simon Gotch.
Well, another great tag team. I thought there was, good future for, but
gimmicks that work in NXT don't always work on the main roster, and
It's true.
And the Ascension and the vaudevillains were very clear examples of that.
It was just too Road Warriors too. It was
too soon.
Not too soon. Just
they needed
it was
Tammy.
just too obvious. It was
They
needed
get paired with
Rocco.
Stardust.
we're just trying to force these guys to be something that they're not.
Yeah, if only if they had a manager with a puppet, then maybe they could have got over.
It's just like the fake Razor and the fake Diesel. You were just set up for disaster.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
So you think we're gonna get AJ Styles versus Logan Paul at Mania?
So it's looking
Seems
like
that way.
Seems
yeah.
fucking great.
It seems. Yeah, it does actually. It does seem like a good match.
I want them to hit phenomenal forearms on each other mid-air at the same time.
AJ Styles will make him look
just
good.
like that when he did that with Ricochet.
Yeah, but they was just like a body
Calm
splash.
down,
You know what I
Jay.
mean?
We'll get to Ricochet. Don't worry.
We can't say his name yet.
Logan Paul ripped that
Say
kid's
his
shirt
name and J.A.
off.
speaks.
You think they gave that kid another shirt?
Yeah, that wasn't like a kid. That was like a
he was a
Logan
plant.
Paul guy. Yeah,
Or is he? It was a kid. And he's like the new green shirt guy. Logan
that
Paul
was-
went off script and just ripped this kid's shirt, and the kid's like, "I'm gonna sue," or "I want to sit next to green shirt guy."
or
that
forever.
shirt came
gonna-
off so perfect.
yeah, is he gonna be the no shirt guy?
He's there, no shirt.
He's just
shirt off
topless at
every
every.
If that's how the WWE merch is, then they got some shitty merch.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
Yeah, I think
Unfortunately.
you got that right. Unfortunately.
Oh, did he say Dwayne the Rock, the final boss, whatever we're calling him? My soul's for sale.
Yeah.
Do we get Logan Paul
No, we
with
don't.
Jock?
Listen,
They're gonna
man,
be a new tag team.
I don't think you can ask people to boo that much.
It's
Jock
also like
is training with Booker T.
much like Roman's feet picks. Something can be for sell, but no one's buying. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if no one's buying.
I can't even believe that. That was very rude, even though it's not even true.
It's like, it's very rude. They're highly rated.
I got 4.5 stars.
Yeah, check out footfinder.com. See what he's rated.
I'm thinking about putting him in my mouth.
Jesus. This is a age appropriate.
Yeah,
podcast.
this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy went
age-appropriate.
straight in my mouth.
All right, calm down over there.
In my mouth.
Well, yeah, I think AJ Styles versus Logan Paul will be a great match.
Be a
That's
fucking
sincere.
banger.
think it'll
Logan
be
Paul is one of the best wrestlers in WWE. I want to like be a gimmick where I love Logan Paul. No, I want it to be a gimmick where I love Logan Paul, but I can't fucking do it. I try so hard. I'm just like, I'm gonna lean into the heel and just Logan Paul, but I don't fucking like him.
No, me neither.
I just don't like him. He is fun to watch wrestle, though.
He's good.
He's
He
okay.
has skills.
I don't want to hear him talk.
Gate.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him talk. He's just fun to watch
He's just
wrestle.
athletic as hell. Yeah.
Mhm. Super athletic. Super athletic.
And then next match was the one that Ray Phoenix interrupted.
Yeah.
Ray
LWO
Phoenix,
and New Day.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it was like so obviously Chad Gable.
Yeah.
And then
Crazy. It
What?
wasn't. What do you mean?
Well, listen, it was because the end, the thank you.
I think you think it was so
He said
obvious that it was Chad
gracias.
Gable because during the thing because you weren't thinking of other
I was
things.
like, is that the
and then
American
you realized
Patriot?
it wasn't
Yeah,
Chad
I
Gable.
thought it
Well,
wasn't.
that's what I'm saying. It was so obviously Chad Gable, and then they show you the segment of Chad Gable talking, and you could see the luchador in the back being carried away, and you're like, oh, it's a twist. It's brought to you
Was
by
that,
Shyamalan.
So good.
The announcer needs to give Gable an apology. She was all over him saying, "That was you out there."
Oh, yeah.
That was very rude of her.
Well, you heard Pat McAfee. He was very adamant, being
Yeah.
like, "Well, we don't know. He's under a mask. It could be anybody." You know, I really appreciate McAfee sticking to the gimmick. It's a mask. We don't know who's under there. That's how masks work.
Wasn't it like who gave up the third man gimmick?
Heenan.
Yeah.
Heenan,
It's
one of the
like
best
that.
announcers in history, almost blew one of the greatest moments in
Yeah.
wrestling history.
They were like, we don't know who it is.
yeah, he's like, is Hogan the third man? He's like, we don't know who it is, Heenan. Could be anybody, Heenan.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Exactly.
Fuck Tony Schiavone. He was selling a story.
Then
Sorry, Jay.
separate things. I don't like
forgot
Tony
you're
Schiavone
old.
either, so it's
we,
fun.
Tony
we're
Schiavone.
watching the crumbling of Judgment Day in real time.
Yeah.
Finn seemed like he set Finn or Dom set Finn Balor up. He was like, "Oh, I got you an Intercontinental match with Braun Breaker."
I disagree. I don't think it's the crumbling. I think we're seeing the rise to power. I
Of
think
Dom?
we're seeing Dom was like, he was assertive. He was standing there like, I got you a match for the championship. Like, I'm not fucking around with you. And people were like, you did such a good job. He's like, I know I did. And then he's like, such a good job, Daddy Dom. And he's standing there like, fuck
Now
yeah.
get me my chicken
Yeah.
nuggets.
Someone give me some of my nugs.
Liv and Dom wanted to bring in a new member. Finn didn't want a new member. If you could have a new member of the Judgment Day, who would it be?
J.A. I
This
think
guy's
you, man.
taking over
I
the
want
show.
you to be the next member of the Judgment. I think you'd fit in great.
Well, you do know that Dom and I do have a relationship.
Yeah, you guys go
Madison
back.
Square Garden.
Yeah, you stalked him.
Madison Square Garden.
I've seen the photo at
You
MSG.
stalked him and then you scared him like Kramer. I'm not crazy. That's you.
Nah, he loved us. He got T-shirts and sneakers.
Yeah,
he's the man.
it was all because of
He's the
you,
man.
J.A. That's
All
why.
because of you, Jay.
Yep.
I know.
Tackle next time.
Like I know Carlito's making a
John
run at.
Cena.
I'm surprised you weren't at Madison Square Garden.
I wanted to go, but I recently lost my job.
I'm sorry, J.A.
Way to bring it down.
Yeah, for
Carlito was making a run at Raquel, and it's not working out. But I think you could pull it off, J.A.
He's like,
Didn't she with Braun
Raquel.
Strowman?
Yeah, I think they broke up.
Did they?
Yeah, but it's good to hear Miro and Lana got back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
This guy's all
Rusev
over the
Day.
place.
It's Rusev Day again at CJ Perry's house.
She's gonna
Crazy.
do the reverse Russian vacuum cleaner.
It's crazy. Did you hear why they got remarried?
Hey. You all right?
They got remarried, and so they'd help remember.
15 minutes ago, those guys are like, they're not married.
Well,
I fact checked it and it
Yeah,
was true, and
I
you were
learned
right,
new
you
I
were right.
learned new information and I move along.
Yeah,
they got
Jay.
remarried, and to make sure they understood, they could remember when the anniversary was. They made sure to get remarried on Rusev Day,
That's
so they wouldn't
sick.
forget.
Awesome. Good
I think,
stuff.
yeah, man, it's just
Pretty
a
sure
cool
that
gimmick.
is-
And
100%
also, ironically, we are
It is.
recording this
Really?
podcast today
On
on
Rusev
Rusev
on
Day.
Rusev Day.
That's so crazy.
So if you ever forget,
Today's Rusev Day.
today is Rusev Day. And I meant to say that, guys. Happy Rusev Day.
Happy
Rusev Day.
Happy
There you go.
Rusev Day to all that celebrate.
Which is all.
Yeah, exactly. We got a great Io Sky moment on Raw as well.
When they were disrespecting her so much, Bianca and Rhea beefing with each other and just mushing her like that, like your little brother, and you're just like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody's talking to you.
Yeah,
and then she just finally had enough and just like smacked the shit out of both of them.
Dude, I was like, I wish I could have like helped her. I was just like, you stop it.
I want to be there in that three-way.
She's trying to talk. Hey, give her a chance to talk. Like, I was so mad at them for pushing her out of the way.
Very rude.
I'm afraid that Io gets...
Is she a Grand Slam champ now?
I don't think she's a Grand Slam champ.
No, she doesn't have the Intercontinental or U.S. title.
And then she has the NXT championship and each one of the women's. That's only 3.
Okay.
And that's tennis.
Roman tried to look it up real quick and forgot that tennis
It's
exists.
also,
Wow, they have her listed, Io Sky.
Io Sky, there you go.
Thank you.
Oh, because you're calling the tag team? Oh, that's dumb. I don't
Yeah,
like. I don't like that.
Thank you. That was
I-
right.
Yeah, okay, but like, no.
Semantics.
You know what I mean? Like, the tag team should not be included in the Grand Slam
Why?
because it's a singles thing. But the Grand Slam
Is it
champion
You
is
gotta
a
have
singles
all the
event.
belts.
So what is it? It's
Well, on the men's side, it's
She doesn't
Tag
have all
tag
of
team.
those.
the
Yeah.
tag team's included on the men's Grand
yeah.
Slam.
I don't. It's fine.
Wait, so hold on. So then it's hold on. Now I want to look.
This is great for radio.
Yeah, this is great for radio.
We're just
Sorry,
everyone silently
everybody.
reading.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, it's what. So in men's,
WWF
it's
Championship. What? Shawn Michaels coined it when he won the European Championship. That doesn't even exist anymore.
yeah.
So yeah, so it's just 4. Look,
Yeah,
World
but-
Tag Team, Intercontinental, WWF, and European.
That was the original Grand
That was
Slam.
then to now.
No, it's now, then, forever, together, always.
I think they include the Rumble now.
Hold on,
Yeah,
scroll
be a
up a
Rumble
little
winner.
bit. Just scroll up a little bit. A little bit. Just keep going till they get to there you go. See, Universal. So they have tag team in there, Intercontinental and US.
Is that Chris Benoit?
Yeah.
He's a Grand Slam champion?
No.
Oh. He's a tag team championship with Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he was.
So you have to have the U.S. and the Intercontinental, but not either. One of just one
Right.
world.
So it's not actually okay, I understand.
Yeah.
You just have to have 4 out of the 6. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like it still. I don't like the.
Fair enough.
I was about to say, yeah, it's not consistent.
Exactly.
Well, look.
Especially
But
now.
I'll
especially,
take the W.
especially now that they have a US and an IC, like they really have no true Grand Slam champions.
That's true.
You know what I mean? You have to now win those to get that because you can't.
Right.
Which
Because
always sucks because now you gotta go like down.
because Rhea Ripley was like one of the ones that had like all of it because she was the UK champion
Oh yeah, true.
and
in NXT.
yeah and NXT. So she was the only one that had that going for her.
Yeah.
Well, look.
I thought she was gonna be left out of Mania. The interwebs were saying it at first,
The internet
Yeah,
is
they'll
so.
get to
but now we get a 3-way.
Yeah.
The internet triple
A
threat.
3-way
Triple threat.
between Bianca.
Triple threat.
3-way between
internet got
Bianca,
something wrong?
Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. Damn, you got a little bit of everything. Some
Yeah.
black, white, and Japanese.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sounds like my triple threat.
Oh my god.
I love videos like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like that fun night when you're like ordering food. You get you get a little stone. You get like a cheeseburger. And
You
like,
want me to?
Oh, I
some,
thought
like-
about doing that bit, but then I thought about how that could sound. I was like, you can get some fried chicken, some wontons.
I was going with soul food,
and
mac
some
and
kangaroo.
cheese.
You want?
Jesus
Do you want me to?
Christ.
You
some
could,
kangaroo.
Wash it down with a PBR. Or
want me
no,
to-
Foster's.
Full stays.
Foster's.
A little. What's that black stuff they eat called?
Throw some shrimp on a bobby.
In Australia,
Oh, Vegemite.
Marmite or Vegemite.
Marmite. Oh, yeah.
I'll
no,
No,
Say,
marmot. A marmot is an animal.
that's a marmot. Yeah. That's,
Is that a
Vegemite.
brand?
yeah. Vegemite is.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the indigenous people at first.
No.
No.
you want me to spoil the finisher for that video with the?
All right, let's move on to the main event of Raw.
Yeet.
Steel cage match. A steel cage match between Punk and Seth with a very special guest, Roman Reigns.
CM Punk, Seth Rollins, two of the greats. He does Madison Square Garden, 20-foot high steel cage. Doesn't get better than that.
I knew it. I knew this was going to keep going on. Like, they had that one match in Raw, and it was like, oh, and that was it. And I was like, there's no way this isn't like a bigger thing.
Because you do the whole, like, you do it like a gimmick, like you're
saying,
announcing.
Do you ever feel like Jay gets paid to say certain things?
That's what I'm saying. It's like JR. You're like JR.
Well, he lost his job, so he's got to make money some way.
You're like, after the commercial break, we'll be right back in the greatest arena in all time, Madison Square Garden, in a 20-foot high steel cage. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two of the greats. Go at it.
That was actually pretty
nailed
good.
it.
But that's like what he does. That's
Yes, that's just how he talks.
It's so crazy.
This match was fun, and then it got to a point where I was like, "Oh, you're gonna do a finisher, and then a finisher,
Yeah,
and then a
of course.
finisher,
You're gonna do his
and then a
finisher?
and oh my god, like you went like 6-7 minutes where it was just one of their finishers, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that is what people loved about the Attitude Era. Was
Right.
they did that shit all the time, and that's what I didn't like about the Attitude Era. That was the only thing the Attitude Era I look back on and be like,
I did like
Hey,
during
how
this
about we have
match
some real work
that Seth would like told him like, no, don't leave. If you leave, that's a cop out.
that shit
You
was-
got to earn it.
That was
you
good.
got to pin.
It is true, though.
when they
Somebody
open the
said that
door
on
and they're
Twitter.
just like, go ahead, walk out.
Yeah.
Or you can stay
Somebody
in.
said that
and-
on Twitter, like, so that gimmick, you could just open the door? I
Yeah.
always thought you had to go over the top.
No, you could have
You
the,
have
gotta
to
get out of the
you have
cage.
to ask the ref to open the door.
And there's been guys
Excuse
who've been
me,
thrown
so he has to get
through
the
steel
key,
cage
open the
and
lock.
go out.
They're like,
Yeah.
he's like, shit, I left the key in the back.
And he's like, what's the magic word?
He's like, go back up the ramp, run up the ramp, grab the key.
oh, you just have Mark Henry rip it open. He's done
That's
that
true.
before.
And there was a superplex during that match off the
It
top.
wasn't. It
of
was
the
a superplex.
It was great.
It was at the top rope.
It was a super
that was
duperplex.
one of those
Super
things.
duperplex.
That was one of the things in this match. Was like, listen, a superplex is awesome,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I will
of
never look down on that. It's a top rope move with a suplex, and this one they were on the top of the cage, and then Seth Rollins goes to the top rope
Yeah.
and superplexes him off. That's just the regular superplex.
It was sick.
It was sick, but they were like,
was
"Oh my
no one
god,
saying it
from the
wasn't
top of the
sick.
cage!" You're like, "No,
It
from the
wasn't.
top rope."
He was like halfway on
He
the
was
thing.
leaning on the cage.
Yeah, you have to be. You're inside of a cage. You can't be on the ropes without touching
Not-
the cage.
true.
Right.
That's true.
Now,
That's like seeing someone do old school inside a steel cage, and you're
Off
like,
the
"Oh my
top of
god,
the-
the bounce!" And he's
But
like
he
holding
touched
onto
the
the cage
cage.
the whole time. You're like,
Yeah, exactly.
"From the steel cage, old school." Like, it's not
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's not more interesting
you ever wonder why like no one just jumps off the top of the cage?
because it hurts.
I mean, but don't you want to get the W?
Oh, well, not that
Oh, you
way.
mean jump down?
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you're jumping onto the floor, not the mat.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's gonna
that
hurt
further?
so bad.
it's an
Nick
extra
Foley-
5 feet.
Yeah.
Mick Foley went right through the table.
By God, he was broken in
My
half.
God, he was. He surely was broken in half.
Well, we got the return of Roman Reigns,
Yeah.
who was injured by Seth last time.
Yeah.
Definitely got his comeuppance.
I was hoping it was going to be on SmackDown, but alas, they need those Netflix numbers
Yeah.
now.
The best part was
injured.
Paul Heyman in there.
I didn't even see him come down the aisle.
Neither did I. He was in there with Punk.
He's
checking
known for
on
his
Punk.
speed and elusiveness.
The Walrus.
I can really hide.
He really can.
He's under the ring.
Yeah.
Man, Paul Heyman came down with a black hoodie on.
It was nice to see Punk and Heyman back together.
The Black Hoodie, they're like, my God, who is it?
But is this teasing tension between Roman? Does Paul Heyman eventually leave Roman and go back with Punk?
Well, the favorite has not been.
Oh, yeah, the
Favored.
favorite.
Yeah, so he still has a favor with Paul Heyman. Will that come into play at WrestleMania?
I don't fucking care.
Wow.
This stupid favor has been hung over our head for so long, and I just
Is
it's
this
not interesting at all.
LTST, baby.
Yeah, LTST.
Sure.
Is this worse than the two fingers?
No, it's not. It's not worse than Old Man Rock not knowing how to pretend to slide his own throat. There.
Well, they said that they didn't want to do it as ode to your guy, Chris Benoit used to do this.
That's what
I don't
I
understand.
brought it up on the podcast last week, and they were like, "Oh," and I was like, "No, he used to do that. That was like one of
I
his
don't know why they
taunts."
didn't do the classic Undertaker like that.
Because they didn't want to do an
You're not
Undertaker
allowed to
thing.
do the cutthroat in the NFL anymore.
Well, yeah, because you can't. You also can't do a gun emote either.
An emote.
You got to emote.
Oops. My Fortnite is showing. Sorry. Sorry.
That's what we
I
call
play-
it in real life.
Hector and I are
Emote.
so not losers,
yeah.
so we did not get that.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
I play a lot of.
Sorry, I
Fortnite.
forgot. The guy who's wearing golf pants.
I'm
Calm
just saying,
down.
Hector and I are,
Yeah.
we don't get those dork
Okay.
jokes.
Yeah.
Nerds.
They don't even know what a kneecapper is.
Yeah,
Roman.
that's true. So
For
where
the
does
two
this
4-year-olds that listen.
calm down? Where does this leave? Yeah. Where does this leave things? You think for Mania? This is set in stone now.
Another 3-way.
This is it.
This
Three-way?
this is a good triple threat because
It's not a triple threat I normally watch on my own time.
Honestly, it's got CM Punk in it. I think you would.
Right,
Yeah,
you just might.
Yeah.
I've watched you yell "It's clobbering time" while watching television.
No, I
before.
was just making a reference
Yeah.
to the threesome.
That's what. So was I.
No
That's
shit.
what I mean.
Over the head.
I don't even think there'd be a false finish. I think there.
Yeah, I think it'd be a real
Hey,
finish.
If one wrestler's sex tape could get leaked, who would you want to see?
What is with you?
Mel.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess this is it, right? Do you think this is going to main event?
No.
No. Main
There's-
event,
there's-
what, Mania?
There's
No, Cody's
4
the main
championship matches.
No.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Jay and Gunther's going to be one night, and then
Really? Over
Cody
this,
Rock's
you
going to be
think?
the other night.
Or
Yeah.
what about the other triple threat we just talked about for the championship
I don't know,
The
bro.
women's?
with
I don't know.
Io Bianca and if I tell you what, if this main events, it's a fucking travesty.
Yeah, no, that's not main eventing. That might even kick off the show. Get people.
I was about
really
to say,
pumped.
yeah,
Kickoff. That's a
Yeah.
great kickoff.
you might be right.
and
Punk's,
Great
You're right.
kickoff.
Punk's been doing that a
but
lot.
Like remember they kicked off the McIntyre match and Punk was commentating last
Yeah.
time. It's great
that
to have
is
great
true.
star power like that in the beginning of the card. of
Get people
WrestleMania.
pumped up straight
Yeah,
out of the gate.
especially because Cody's going to end it.
Yeah, absolutely.
With and that match will be full of star power with John Cena and The Rock and
I think we see Paul
Austin.
Heyman leave Roman Reigns.
I think Austin's coming
Mania.
back.
You think that ultimately? I mean, you saw it looked like he was concerned for
Yeah.
CM Punk.
What if Paul
For
Heyman
some
hits
reason.
him with this? The slit throat. But
Think he
does-
could do it right?
No, he
Yeah.
does it with one. He's the third man.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
Man.
There you go. Yeah, I think this will be a good match. And
On the road to
I'm excited for it.
WrestleMania.
I'm very excited for it. Do you think that Austin will return to the main event? Speaking of star power,
let's hope so. Austin coming in this time to if it becomes a thing like last time, Bloodline rules or whatever. Travis Scott rules, and they're all starting to beat the heck out
The
of
Rock
him.
and Jock connection.
Astro World rules.
yeah.
I keep on thinking you guys are talking about Jacques Rougeau. I'm like, is he involved in WrestleMania?
Although I guess if Austin comes in, he's not going to lose, right?
No, he's going to help Cody.
He's gonna stun.
Yeah, but Cody's going to lose.
Cody's not losing.
Cody's
Yes,
not going to lose.
Cody's
Yeah,
losing.
yeah.
If
To Cena?
Yes, bro.
He's not-
Okay.
this is
Yeah.
dangerous too, because if it's Astro
Cena
World,
loses, Cody gets it back at SummerSlam.
if it's Astro World rules,
Cena wins.
someone could
Yeah,
die.
that's what I mean. Cena
Everyone
wins.
Oh, you said
Cody
Cena
gets it back at
loses.
SummerSlam.
Oh, okay.
That's what I like.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
then Cena's like, then Cena goes, you know what? I was wrong. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I just got ahead of myself. I just wanted what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, and then he goes out as a face again.
I hope.
Cena's
I
not
want,
going out as a heel.
I want Cena to win it, and I want Randy to take it from him down the road somewhere. But that's just my dream scenario. I can't book it. I can't fancy book for the life of me. I got no foresight like that. But that's what I want to happen, because that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gunk usually does a
Yeah, I
Yeah,
let
fill in the
Gunky
Gunk
go
spot.
next.
fantasy
the
booking down the line.
Fantasy booking. Well, look, as I always say, on the other side of the wrestling cinematic universe, while the WWE is charging towards WrestleMania, AEW had a pay-per-view this weekend. Huge card, obviously, big stars on this one. We're gonna run through that now.
They love to do shit on WWE's. Like we had 4 matches on our pay-per-view. Like we put 13, and then like 12 of them were bangers.
Yeah,
They brought the boom.
they surely did bring the
Just
boom.
get it out of your system
Orange
real
Cassidy
quick.
brought the boom, right?
Get it
Bro.
out of your system.
The 0 Hour pre-show.
We brought the boom.
Orange Cassidy, Big Boom, AJ, and Mark Briscoe versus Johnny TV and the MXM Collective.
Did you guys watch this? Did you see this?
I didn't see the 0 hour. No.
Johnny TV and Tyra Valkyrie had this crazy makeout session twice to the point where they stick their tongues out and they're just and like licking each and going around and around.
Man,
I mean, this is
I'm
a
sad that we didn't have video.
Yeah, no, I'm so sad. This is on
now,
video.
of course, he knew that we don't, and that's why he's
no,
going
if we
crazy.
had video, I'd be doing the whole thing.
Oh.
It was crazy, and I was like, "Yo, there's like kids in the crowd."
The Rizzler
Pay
was
per
there.
view, bro.
The Rizzler was
there
like,
was kids
I
in the
got a
ring.
standing
Yeah,
ovation.
kids in the ring. Literally, it was insane.
Had the Rizzler gotten to ringside yet, or was he still?
No, he
in the
was
back?
there. Yeah. No, it was at one point they were like on the same side of the.
Do you think he was just watching, just like chubbed up?
Yeah, right? You know he had a chubby. He was like,
Yeah.
Dad, what's going on?
What are they, like,
No,
12?
He is chubby.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant.
his
think
chubby had a chubby.
Everywhere he's going, he's chubbed up.
Yeah. No, that's my boy, yo.
What is he, like 12?
He brings the boom.
No, I think he's like 10. I think
Oh,
Big
okay,
Justice
alright.
is like 13.
Sorry, they both look like they have type 2 diabetes, so it's
They
just
both look like-
Oh, he's
Like
8.
Wee Man, Swing Man.
Rizzler's 8?
Yeah, he's 8.
God damn, someone get this parents on the phone. That is fucked up to be doing that to an 8-year-old.
What do you mean the kid's on AEW television, bro?
Congratulations. He's going to die. If he makes it past 23, I'm shocked.
That's terrible.
I'll make a bet right now.
That is terrible.
Anyone over under 23
That
on
is
the
a
Rizzler.
terrible thing to say about the Rizzler.
He's doing it to himself.
Friend of the friend of the show.
friend of a friend of his show. Okay.
In one, you know, what's his name? Hey, Daddy.
Joaquin Phoenix.
No,
Oh, Bill Alfonso.
Bill Alfonso. Our boy
I
Bill
thought you were talking
Alfonso.
about someone else. I wasn't gonna say the name.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I just, of course, want to talk about this. Great entrance with Orange Cassidy and the Rizzler. They were
Okay.
just the same. And then Big Justice hit that crazy powerbomb.
Yep. He's
What did you say about it earlier before we started recording?
It was a similar impact to Undertaker's last ride, is what people are saying online.
I mean, I would agree. I'd agree.
I
Heck,
don't
can't,
like people online.
Heck's like just looking at me
These
like,
are the,
why
these
we
are the
talking
same
about this?
people online that said Rhea Ripley wasn't going to be at WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know what's so wild about this whole thing is remember AEW was supposed to be the more sports oriented, gimmickly.
I do.
They're
Remember-
really gimmicking, chilling to the the drones now.
Remember when I used to really defend AEW on every single week here and talk about
Yeah.
why I loved them so much because they just respected the sport of wrestling?
Yeah.
and then they brought the boom.
And they brought the boom.
And then they.
And that went out the window.
Yeah. We'll get right into the card now, though. First up,
You sure you don't want to go back and talk about Big
Chocolate
Justice
chunk
some more?
cookies.
no,
Fuck
we don't
it,
have to talk
no.
about-
You don't want to talk about that great
Every time I go to
finish?
Costco now, like I just like feel bad. Like I feel like I'm like disrespecting myself.
Fuck
Why?
that. Costco's great, man. Costco's fantastic.
Yeah, what?
Shout
They
out
got
to
pretty good
Costco all day
smoothies.
long.
You got a double chunk chocolate cookie. You know, it's
No.
actually not called the double chunk chocolate cookie. It's called the
doesn't
double chocolate chunk cookie.
I don't know.
And they've been saying it wrong the whole time.
That doesn't surprise me.
Isn't that crazy? Someone
They're-
on TikTok
Because
was
they
like,
seem so intelligent.
Someone on TikTok was like, they should be in prison. I was like, yo. No, we'll get into the card here. First up, Hangman Page versus MJF.
Both these guys could be going for a singles title like next week, and it's great. It's kind of a tough spot. This is my only issue with AEW is they have so many great wrestlers that it's so hard to keep them all interesting and like at the top of the card at the same time. I don't know what to say on this one. It's
Yeah.
MJF took the loss, right?
Yes,
yeah.
he
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yes, he did.
and his spray tan
This is
is
interesting.
getting out of hand.
It's getting crazy.
Well, that's why he's
Fucking
gonna join the Hurt Syndicate, right?
Yeah.
That's what was you that sent that, right?
Yeah.
That said his spray tan's getting so dark that the MVP is trying to get him into the Hurt Syndicate.
It's a good move.
Yeah, it
That was a
is.
good
He
move.
should-
Cool
he-
seeing the Hangman Page hit MJF with the Angel Wings, which was Christopher Daniels' move. That
Yeah, I haven't seen. I feel like I can't remember the last time I saw that move, and
Yeah.
it's brutal. There's no good way to take that move too. You're just gonna fucking hit your face from a good distance.
Right.
And MJF always weirdly feels like he'll take those crazy bumps.
Yeah.
I love him for
he's
that.
He's got
as
skills.
much of his dick as he is.
Yeah, for real. For real. Next up, Mercedes Moné defeated Momo Watanabe.
Mercedes just
TBS
continuing to retain her belt collection.
Yeah, she ain't going on one of
And
those
she's
belts now.
just like undefeated since she's left WWE and just going all across the globe and winning.
There's like
Sadly,
there's that. I don't know, man. I think she's doing good work right now.
Yeah.
she's
I
incredible.
think she started out rough at AEW.
that's an understatement.
Yes. She started her start at AEW was really, really bad. And I think since then it's been nothing but good.
But she
it's
keeps
just-
ending
it's
up
so
in these
hard.
like programs with like Stardom people, or you know what I mean, like New Japan female wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's not taking anything away from them at all. Or like lower card, you know what I mean? Like talent, like she's not up there like.
But she's still putting on good
Tony
matches.
Storms and you know, making Banes now, and like even like you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Next week she's got Billy Starks, but TK, you know the match we want. Britt Baker. We want to see Sasha and Britt Baker.
There's no Sasha. It's Mercedes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Is Britt still at AEW?
I don't even know if Britt Baker is like allowed to wrestle for AEW.
Britt Baker's
right
on such the like TK's bad side that like
Yeah, I guess.
I had to ask, is she still on the roster?
I guess, but
she's signed for like 2-3 more years.
yeah.
So they should do something with her.
Yeah, but
WWE.
people can get out of their contracts.
I wouldn't mind Britt Baker coming to WWE.
I'm just
She's
saying.
a star.
Awesome.
She would be a huge star there, but that's why he should use her and make her a star with him, so he can, have some eyes on his product.
Ray Phoenix has shown the contracts don't mean anything. You can get out of that, no problem. You know,
Surely can.
maybe Britt Baker can just punch Jack Perry backstage.
Tried to pull a Miles Garrett, you know what I'm saying?
She should put a mask on.
Be the best defensive player in football.
No, he was going to hold out on his contract, but that's what I was referencing. But then he didn't hold out on his contract. He signed for.
I thought it was something about him
Himself
selling
a
with a
Super
helmet.
Bowl winning quarterback too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, and then the match that JA's been dying to
Yes,
talk about.
finally, JA. We can talk about
Ricochet and
Swerve Strickland versus Ricochet.
When I drive.
Oh,
Swerve when I drive.
If you guys, once again, we don't have video right now. JA is doing the dance immaculately.
yeah, it's perfect.
I haven't seen it better outside of Prince Nana.
I was
would
like,
say
is that Prince Nana there?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Exactly.
I'm not dying to talk about this match, but I'm just like I don't love the Eagles hat on Ricochet while he's playing the heel gimmick.
Did you see the fact that he was obviously supposed to take off his hat when he throw off his hat when he got up, but he forgot to. So at the last minute before he takes that screwdriver spot to the head, he's like, whoop, and like knocks his hat off so he can do it.
So
It was such a bad spot. Like from a guy who has that like physical body control that you can do anything in the ring, that he literally just like, oopsie daisy, forgot I had a hat on, is really funny to me.
Yeah, kind of like Paige and MJF. It's a shame that someone has to lose in the Swerve Strickland Ricochet match. All four of these guys are just like big time for this company.
Well, it's the number one contender. Swerve wins that, and I think that's the right move.
Of course,
I think this is sort of Ricochet. Like Ricochet when he first went to AEW, it was kind of the same thing with like Mercedes. It was like a slow start. I mean,
But it was on
now
purpose.
His heel work. I'm not mad about it
Oh,
for
that-
Ricochet.
This is what I was saying. I think it was the right move to give it to Swerve. Mm-hmm. But Ricochet also would be an amazing number one contender right now because he is doing the best work of his entire career, storyline wise, ever.
He'd be a dickhead.
but
I think-
inside the AEW bubble, Swerve Strickland's like the guy.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's just like unfortunate. He goes against anyone besides Swerve. And I probably would say Ricochet would have been the move.
Oh, we see Prince Nana get pushed by Swerve,
Yeah, well,
and then Prince Nana walked out.
got that fancy jacket. They made up. They made up by the end of the
Yeah,
match.
yeah, he got his
You
coat
know?
back, and everything's good.
He got his fancy jacket back. They had Ken
Shamrock.
was it?
Ken Shamrock?
No, the guy from Community and
Ken Jeong.
Ken Jeong was in the front row, and Ricochet's yelling at him. One of the Leslie Jones from SNL was there.
Yeah.
They had some stars in there because I guess it was in L.A.
It was live in Los Angeles from the Crypto Center. You guys might remember it as the Staples Center. I know it as the House of Kobe Bryant.
There you go.
Calm down, JR. JA. That's you.
He's the guy that had the altercation with that girl, right?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, he's a rapist.
Christ. Oh,
But
wow.
it's okay though. He's dead now.
Jesus.
Kobe.
No,
Allegedly.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway.
That
moving
was
on.
number 8, not number 24 though.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
24 was a saint. Number
Right,
8
yeah, exactly.
was a deviant.
Next
guys are
up,
crazy.
Okada versus Brody King.
I don't like Kobe or the Lakers. Sorry.
neither.
Yeah, this one is another one of those matches where, God damn it, I wish Brody King won. I get why they didn't. I understand you're doing this whole Okada run right now. Also giving Okada, what did they say? This was an 11-minute match. I can tell you right now, if you book Okada for an 11-minute
10
match,
minutes, 55 seconds.
he's gonna look like shit.
Yeah.
Okada's not. Okada is a 20, 30-minute match guy.
100%.
Whenever he
Brody
has an 11-minute
King,
match.
I always say, if he was like working at Johnny and Brund's at the door, and Okada tried to come in and he didn't have his ID or his belligerently drunk,
he'd fuck
Brody
him up.
King would chuck his ass the fuck out into the street,
Dude. Brody
without
King
thinking
is
twice.
Sick, dude.
Scariest dude.
Just like Mortis and Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah. Brody King's sick. His band is sick, and he also.
I like Brody King. I think
I want to
he
get.
should be doing more.
I want him to get give him one of the. Give him the other belt then. Give him,
Yeah, whatever it is.
Also, fun fact about
International.
Brody King: great follow on Letterboxd. Just putting that out there.
What's Letterbox?
Are you serious?
We don't have time to get into this right now. With
Are
I
you
was about to say
serious?
I don't know what Letterbox is either.
Yeah,
It's a,
well, you guys aren't cinephiles like
it's
this
a,
guy over
it's
here.
it's a app where
Are you
rate
serious?
you rate movies.
I thought.
Yeah, that's
Okay, earlier you were marveling at the fact that I could make a 3-way call. Calm down. Yeah, it's an app where you
You
rate
actually
movies.
received a 3-way.
Okay, sorry.
It's a triple threat call.
Yeah, you're right. Triple threat call. Excuse me. Next up, Hurt Syndicate versus the Outrunners.
We hurt people.
Versus the Outrunners. I know the Gilmans were upset about this.
Yeah,
Well-
it seemed like a lot of people were behind the Outrunners going into this and thought this was going to be the Outrunners'
No.
time. They were going to win the
100%.
time.
I feel like the
No.
Outrunners are like solid in the ring, but they get that
They're
nostalgia
fun.
kind of.
Yeah, they're fun. This was a squash
yeah.
match all the way.
Max
Bobby
Gilman-
Lashley just beats the shit out of people. He ain't going to give up that
this
belt.
Hurts people, bro.
I gotta say, I don't know.
Syndicate's a-
I don't know what happened to these guys, but I think some they're emotionally disturbed because I know that hurt people hurt people. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And they
say.
they famously they hurt people.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. I know Max Gilman is upset about the results on this one. That kid loves nothing more than the Outrunners.
Shout out to the co-potters.
I love that Shelton Benjamin is just like still
Potters.
crushing it.
They meant Potters.
After like
Harry Potter.
WWE, I feel
Our
like
sister
didn't treat
Potters.
Shelton the way he should have
Also,
been treated.
dude,
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin looks amazing.
Right, black don't crack.
Yeah.
He's in great shape. He
Shelton
wrestles.
Benjamin's never not looked amazing.
It's true, 100%.
Well,
but
Vince disrespected him. Remember that whole thing that they did?
did he poop on him too?
No.
I didn't see.
No, remember? He's like, if you were not a Caucasian, please leave now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's
I
terrible.
I
Very
get
rude.
so many terrible things that Vince did.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it
true.
mixed up.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
so hard to
he
keep
dropped the
track.
N-bomb on him too.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just on Cena.
Yeah, he said that to nobody.
I knew
yeah.
Cena was heel when
Yeah,
Vince
Classic.
Vince dropped the N-bomb and Cena just stood there smiling in
That
front
is
of Booker T.
classic.
Can't talk about Booker T yet.
No, can't get to Booker T yet. Booker
what was
T,
it-
he was
what was-
upset though.
What was the next match?
The
Let's
next
talk about
match,
the next
It was
match.
timeless.
Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May.
This is my match of the night.
This
Yes.
is right now, as of March, what have you, match of the year.
Yeah,
I love it. I'll back that.
What have you? He doesn't know what day it is, folks.
blood filled.
He doesn't know what day this comes out. He's just
Yeah.
trying to stick to the gimmick.
Oh yeah. Jay.
Kayfabe.
What
You got
I
saved again
love.
by Woody.
You want to talk about LTST,
Oh man.
which we love talking LTST. If you're not a listener to the podcast, only that's long-term storytelling. This is not only the best women's storyline in years. I think it's the best storyline in wrestling.
Period.
Period. And that I can like.
Whoa,
For
whoa.
the-
What about the
the-
bloodline, bro?
what about the
No,
bloodline?
no, I'm just kidding.
They didn't get buckets of glass and fucking go like
Tape their
Yeah,
knuckles
that's
and
true.
dip them in
Taipei.
the glass.
Taipei,
like
definitely.
blood sport. Like
Yeah.
As a testament to Tony Storm, everything she has done has been
Agreed.
amazing.
Agreed.
Yeah,
And this,
yeah.
but I feel like this has been
Yeah.
the storyline throughout it all.
Yeah, no,
like
she
this has
peaked.
been the underlying since Mariah May first came over from Stardom, and they had this like, oh, I want to be your understudy.
Yeah.
It's been going on, and there's been hints of everything. And this match
Yeah.
put all of that together with the
was
champagne
amazing.
bottle, with the stiletto,
The champagne
with
bottle of the cooch.
yeah. You know,
Yes.
when you hit them up like it's called an uppercut.
I thought it was called a low blow.
Same thing.
Okay.
And then like the Hollywood sign and the way that she held Mariah May, you know, when they're
it
just
was a
both
sushi chop.
when they're both just covered. There's no Japanese wrestlers in this one, so it doesn't.
Woo
They're just covered in blood,
Yeah.
and it just was just so beautiful. Of this, like it felt like this was the end that we needed to this story.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hearing a rumor, can't say if it's true or not. Who knows? But Mariah May's time may be up or on its way, going to be up. She's always going to take some
Yes.
time off after
I
this
saw that,
anyway.
yeah.
But If that's her last match in AEW, holy shit, what a way to go out.
For real.
Go out on top.
A lot of people on the internet thought that this match should have closed the night. I mean, it's possible in retrospect, this and that.
Retrospect, yeah.
But
Kenny ever Tony ever had Tony Khan had the women's match ever?
Yeah, the Britt Baker Thunder Rosa, was that a main event?
I think there's been a Britt Baker headlining
back
in the day.
Match,
Blood and Guts.
But I forgot what I was saying, but yeah, she's.
You were saying it could have been the.
Oh yeah, everyone was. But this match was like a little like spotty, like throughout the arena. They did things like it wasn't set up to be the final match. Like it was like the best match of the night, but that doesn't mean it has to be the final match. And I always feel like you should always end with the world title match, even though the women's world title. I guess you could make a case for that too.
Yeah.
Well, next up, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita.
Surprise, surprise. Fucking amazing match.
Of course.
Kenny Omega rarely ever misses.
Kenny's just a star as soon as he comes into the arena. The way he comes in, his music, his gear, like he's just a fucking man.
And then he steps it up once he gets in the ring.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, you're even better than we assume you are based off of your package.
I love that Takeshita was just like,
what about his package?
Working the whole package of
the stomach and where Kenny had a diverticulitis and Takeshita was zoning in on that. Like
it's a bullseye.
Yeah, he was gonna make him poop his pants.
What's crazy is this is match 10, 11, and 12. The last 3 matches, and they all go a half hour. Crazy.
Jesus Christ,
that's why these pay-per-views are like 7 hours, bro.
They run in 3 days.
It's
like Coachella.
Yeah, gotta camp out. Whoa!
Are you going to the AEW Rock Festival?
Yo, that's
AEW features Firefest 2.
That's pretty smart. Nobody ever did that before.
No, like a Coachella for wrestling.
Yeah.
No, I listen. Talk to the SVW brand. Maybe we get this going on South Street.
True. Next up, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher. JA.
Once again, another banger inside the 20-foot high steel cage.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, dude.
Kenny got the belt.
Yes, I was
not acknowledge that.
I'm sorry, I was distracted by JA's comment.
Roman was just trying to move on to anything.
International champion.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kenny.
There's a part of me that's like, cool. I'm glad he got the international championship. That's fun.
Yeah.
I hope he loses it quickly on some bullshit, whatever.
You need to be in the mid.
I don't need someone there. Yeah, I don't need Kenny Omega.
I need Brody King to have that.
Exactly. Yeah. If Kenny Omega's holding the international champion and Okada has the Continental, then Brody King's never getting a singles belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we gotta free that up for the mid card to build the mid card.
How's Speedball gonna get that?
Exactly.
Going right through Mortis. That's how.
Yeah.
Then we can move on.
Rigor mortis.
Yeah. Now we'll move on to
another 5-star.
Yeah,
from Will Ospreay.
I mean, look at these two. I mean, we saw it at Full Gear. It was incredible, and that was what, the first time, second time.
Like Logan Paul being athletic. These guys are fucking.
These guys are crazy.
Yeah, they literally did the move off the cage on
Spanish Fly.
Superplex off the cage.
It wasn't the cleanest Spanish Fly ever.
Yeah.
But
dude,
it was,
and he had his
foot. It's off the top of a fucking cage.
It's on the top of a what, J.A.?
20-foot high steel cage right in the center of the Crypto Center here in Los Angeles, California. But what's crazy
I actually think it's called the Crypto.com Arena. But
yeah, you're right. What's crazy is that how this newer cage has like the production at the top where there's like it goes down like 10 inches almost. His foot was in that piece.
Yeah.
So in order to get him over, like if his foot gets caught in there, someone could be dead. Like someone's gonna fall weird. Yeah. Someone's gonna, crazy.
What about that fucking?
Everything has to go perfect there.
The brain buster on the chair that didn't fold the right way.
Yeah.
Did.
Bro.
These guys really like Roman was saying earlier. Last time we saw them, like Kyle Fletcher be like literally looks like he's trying to murder Will Ospreay.
This match is tough for me to like always go over, and like because you could literally take a timeline of it. Close your eyes and throw a dart, and you're like, that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah. Like, that's just, and especially, Kyle Fletcher has such a good new gimmick. It's not that new anymore, I know, but with the
his most recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him trying to differentiate himself from Will Ospreay.
Did he try to throw up the what was that group called?
United Empire.
United Empire, like yeah.
And also, like the second Will Ospreay comes out, you want to talk about like Kenny Omega.
I was just gonna say what you said, Woody, about Kenny Omega. You can implant it for Will Ospreay too. From
and that music
is
is so good. That dun 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 dun. So sick.
Ospreay.
Yeah.
Ospreay.
No, look, I don't, and I know we've talked about this a million times. I don't like to compare the two, but when you look at pure technical wrestling wise, I mean, is there anybody in WWE that it can even come close to touching this?
No.
And again, WWE
no
does so many things.
No one in WWE could lace his boots.
AJ Styles,
10 years ago.
Finn Balor.
No way.
5 years ago.
You guys are high.
5 years ago, Finn Balor was.
Yeah, I understand.
They don't have to produce those type of matches.
So they can't anymore.
They don't.
No.
If you don't use it, you lose it. That's a law.
They don't have to.
Penis.
No, this is the thing. And like I said, like
If you put AJ Styles and Finn Balor in there in a match, like
totally,
Finn
yes, you're right.
Like
Finn
it
Balor
would be-
You're right.
It'd be a
Finn
hell of a
Balor
match.
can walk right into AEW and do everything they're doing.
Yeah.
But they're still not touching Ospreay. That's all I'm saying.
They're not having these matches currently.
But
I'll
this
give
is
you
what
that,
I'm saying.
but-
And again, I think WWE does a lot of stuff very well that that AEW does not do. I would argue that WWE does a lot more
Like
well
sell
than
tickets.
than what AEW does. But he's not wrong. But look
Like,
at
make
those,
their
like
shows
you
easy
said.
to see.
Look, even these last 4 matches.
He's pointing to the screen, guys. If you can't see this.
4 matches. Tony Storm, Omega Takeshita, Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher, and
that should have been their whole card right
yeah,
there.
never mind.
Honestly,
I forgot what the last one was.
But
All
if
right,
the last 4 matches, that would be. If you it's just to put the
That's
last 4
WWE's
matches,
card.
it's one of the best WWE pay-per-views.
Yeah, no,
You know what I mean?
That's how AEW.
100%, and that's the whole pay per view.
4
Yeah.
matches.
4
Just
matches.
match 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Yeah.
I also just want to quickly say Kyle Fletcher, I think, has such an amazing future. He is still so young, and he is like he when you put him in a steel cage, you can see he's not Will Ospreay, right? He's not quite at that same level, but he's also not far off, and he's smaller and he's younger. And this dude, if they wanted to and they want to do his storyline right, he could be the biggest thing in wrestling outside the WWE.
Yeah.
In 5 years.
I agree.
Well, I think we first we gotta get Will Ospreay there, and then he'll follow later. Will Ospreay eventually
we'll
will be their
see.
champion.
You don't know how
I
things
agree.
go. I mean,
No, I agree.
No, I'm
He
saying,
needs to be their champion now. Get this shit off of Moxley. I'm over
People,
it.
I'll tell you,
Yes, I
this
totally agree.
Moxley
Fuck the
hate
Death
is really
Riders.
good for his booze.
Yeah.
I mean,
Screw the
bro.
Death Riders.
Yeah, I
People
was about to
piece of shit.
say.
I'm a Mox guy. I like Mox.
The plumber.
I love Mox. Bro, Mox was great, but
I've seen a lot of people saying he's gonna end up back in WWE now.
No way.
He won't do it. I don't think
I
he
mean,
will.
bro, they say that he hated Vince, and now Vince is gone. And
I was
that's
gonna
what
say,
they said
well,
about Punk, and here
He got
Punk.
2 more years on his contract, and
That's
we'll
what
get a
I'm
Shield
saying.
reunion.
You know what, though? I'll tell you what. I never would have thought Punk would have come back,
That's
too.
what I'm
So
saying.
If Punk could come back, then I guess Moxley
Punk
could
said
come
he would
back,
never
too.
even wrestle again. He literally was like, "I will never wrestle
I
again."
know.
Multiple
I
times.
had that quote on my wall as it was like my dream
You're like,
journal.
every night you pray.
I was like,
You're
oh, thank God.
On your dream
damn it.
board.
Yeah, we don't got to worry about that anymore, guys. We're safe now.
But no, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, great matches, and then you end up with
Yeah,
Well, so you get this stupid fucking Christian Cage having like his casino gauntlet cash in, and then becoming part of the match.
wait,
And
what
then
time of
losing.
match was it?
It was Moxley versus Cope, and then he runs down with
And
his
it makes it
clipboard.
a-
with his
Yeah.
like Money in the Bank.
A
It makes
triple
it
threat.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
It's a triple threat
That's what it
match.
is.
Makes it a 3-way.
No,
It literally
there
says
you go.
3-way match for the AEW
It does,
Championship
actually.
on their
Is Triple Threat
Wikipedia.
copywritten by WWE?
Oh fuck, I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Maybe now we don't need to look it up right now because then that's all we can see is
Oh,
you
yeah,
looking
sure.
that up.
But then Christian Cage gets choked out.
Yeah, I know. Like it sucks.
Boring.
It sucks that that's
And that's how the
it
match
ended.
ended.
I got a match ends in a schoolboy roll up.
Yeah.
I know you love that, Jay.
I like.
I mean,
actually-
Nick Wayne even turned on Christian Cage
Friend of the show.
on
AEW
Dynamite.
last night,
Yeah, he was talking
Yeah.
shit to him.
I'm not even mad at the Death Riders whole gimmick right now. I kind of like John Moxley with like the briefcase, and we haven't like seen the belt.
Yeah.
Like the fact that we haven't seen the belt At
That's
first, I was
true. I
kind
actually forget what the belt looks like.
I was kind of like pissed off about it, and
Yeah,
now I'm like,
that's true.
fuck. Now they've done it so long that it's come back around to being kind of good now. I'm not mad at all that. I don't like a lot of Moxley's matches. Because like you hit me with your forearm, and then I'll hit you with my forearm, and then we'll hit each other with forearms for the next 3 minutes. And you're like, look how strong and tough we are. You're like, dude, I just watched Ospreay do like the craziest shit ever inside of a steel cage. I don't care that you're kind of
The
a
fact
strong
that this
guy
had to
who
be
can hit
the
people.
headlining match.
It's got to be tough to be champ. Have such a beautiful wife. All you guys are just a bunch of haters.
Yeah.
I mean, Renee.
I was with it.
Renee's-
I thought the Death Rider shit was
she's
cool
alright.
at first. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
they
where's this
haters.
gonna go? And then
Haterade.
Then it just went
It's just
less. It just outlived itself.
I don't know. I think they can still do something with it. Is all I'm saying. I
If
think
they don't
there's
bring
still
in
room.
Shane McMahon,
They're not.
Here comes the money.
Who's going to defeat
because
Mox?
remember before, this isn't your company anymore. You know what I mean? All that talk, like you expected somebody, a new authority figure,
Yeah, but
to
again,
come in, or somebody to kind of like take over. Like, yeah, we run shit now. Like,
yeah, but this is like what they do. They like do these crazy things. Everyone's like, "What does it mean? What's going to happen?" And then it like trails off into nothing. It's the same
Like
thing
the
they
devil.
did with
Just
the devil.
referring to
Exactly.
the devil.
It's a
Yeah, but like your whole idea was saying this is what they always do. You give me another example.
this. The
No,
Death
I'm saying that's
Riders
what I'm saying. Like you're
CEO
trying to
thing.
compare it to one thing because that's everyone's go-to is the devil getting
Because it's the worst thing they ever did.
But
It's
it-
so bad.
and it did
the
suck.
Undisputed Kingdom getting back together dropped the
Yeah,
ball.
see, there you go.
What
Woody?
else?
That's the same gimmick.
That's what I'm saying. They keep doing the same gimmick.
But I'm saying no. I'm saying that's literally the continuation of the devil
Whatever,
storyline.
bro. It's separate. Kind of.
I get it.
I'm
I
just
get it. I'm just
saying.
saying. I'm saying that the
There's no
Death Riders,
LTST.
the Death Riders could still do
AEW
something
really shows
cool.
that like their storytelling is getting better, still far from being there, but their matches.
Yeah, that's always going to be the
60%
highlight.
of their pay-per-views are like bangers.
Super banger. Look at, like I said, those three
And
matches
that's not
right
saying
there.
the other 40% is bad. It's just
Yeah.
mid.
Yeah, but it is
you
the
gotta have
thing.
mid. You know, you can beat
These
a bathroom
three
break.
matches,
They're-
right here, WWE can't hold a candle to any one of these. Now, everything else, different story. But
But
No,
the
actually-
difference is my bad. The difference is WWE gets the story going
100%.
behind those
Totally
matches.
agree. Of
so like
course.
the actual match may not be to that level.
but it's emotionally
But you're
charged.
right.
Yes,
You're more
totally.
invested
No,
in it
I
because
totally
of
agree.
what they did to it.
I totally agree.
I was just gonna say I almost disagree with the 60%. If you look at the whole card, I mean, what match didn't we like? I mean, don't look at the free for
The
all.
Outrunners Hurt Business was a big mid.
I didn't like
I
the-
didn't like
I didn't
it.
like
It
the
wasn't nothing
Okada.
special.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné was nothing special.
Oh, it's special just to see her come out.
Yeah.
Oh, you've really set your standards low.
Right. For real.
The big boom,
Yeah.
that
Well,
that's
that's
on
pre-show.
there.
That's pre-show. That doesn't count. Pre-show
Yeah.
never counts.
That don't count.
Should've been the
MJF
main
Hangman
event.
Page was a decent match.
Everything on the card's good.
I think it was. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and say B plus. That's my B
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah,
I'll
B
do this.
plus.
I can't disagree with that.
I
B+.
actually
I
I
give it
had
a solid B.
I had it as a solid A until that finish, and kind of left such a sour taste in my mouth. I was like A minus, and then like the more I talked about it, I was like, I'm going all the way down to a B plus.
But then the
I got it.
finish of the whole pay per view, you get
Swerve coming out.
jumping on
Yeah.
him. So you kind of set up that next
How
match.
fucking great is the house call as a move,
So
just in
sick.
general? It's so good. It's
Yeah.
such a different. Like I've never seen anything like it. It's a cool way to kick someone in the head. Like you thought we invented all the ways to kick someone in the head, and he's like, "No, watch
Nope.
this."
There's
Yeah,
another.
no, he lets him up too. It's great.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
No, it's good.
He got Ricochet with a couple of them too to finish that off.
Whose house?
Well, yeah, and that
All
was that was the AEW pay per view.
We ready to do some quick hits?
So that's
Yeah.
our next thing is Swerve and Mox finally.
Yeah,
See that?
That'll be us
will
in
be
Philadelphia. We'll see that in Philadelphia.
I'd like to see Swerve go back.
Dynasty.
I need Ken needs to get rid of that fucking mid card belt. He needs to be up there in that
Yeah.
shit.
You
Fucking.
don't
I
they're
think
trying
he alluded
build
to
them-
that in the promo he cut last night, where he was like, "Who would have ever thought I'd have a singles title again?" And he's like, "Things are just getting better." So I think he's
Right.
getting. To
I do.
Well,
that
Ospreay
is
should
fun.
be in the mid. Once he's done with the Callis family shit, like he needs to be in that.
That also, to me, like I said, it's a too many stars problem. They have like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
champagne problems of like they have to do these storylines that sometimes we don't love because they have to keep people away from the title.
But still keep
Right.
them relevant. And
Exactly,
On TV, yeah.
and that's like Okada. They want to keep reminding you, hey, Okada's
this guy was great back in the day.
Yeah, so then they put him against Brody King in a 10, 11 minute match.
Yeah.
But it's not really meant for that. It's meant to just remind you that Okada can be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's hit some things quickly.
Let's do it.
What do you say?
Quick hits.
First up, Jeff Cobb rumored to head to the WWE. What do you think about that?
What was it, El Matanza in Lucha Underground?
Dude,
I did not know that's who it was.
We were watching.
We were watching. We were like, yo, that was like Jeff Cobb's moves. And
that was exactly it. I was like, holy shit, that's the same way Jeff Cobb does his power slam.
Yeah.
And Heck's like, yeah, you're right. And then he looked up, he's like, that's Jeff Cobb. So I was like, oh shit.
All the time watching Lucha Underground, no idea that was Jeff Cobb.
I think that dude has some of the best power moves in all of wrestling. I think there's few people as big and strong as him, and he is gonna put on some shows that you're gonna like. You're gonna watch some shit.
Man meat.
Exactly. You want to watch like meaty men. Like this is a meat division written all over it right now.
It surely does.
Yep.
And it's been a while since we had a new entrance to the meat division.
Yeah, the meat division's been
yo.
kind of quiet lately. Yeah. Wow.
He kind of looks like Ted Arcidi. You remember Ted Arcidi?
No.
He's the LJN figure that nobody can ever figure out.
I think
He's
I know
like,
exactly the
yeah.
LJ figure you're talking
He's
about.
like, oh, now that you said that, I know
Yeah,
exactly.
he's like, oh, and everyone's like, hey, do you have this guy? And I'm like, yeah, that guy, yeah. Let me check.
Yeah. After that, Travis Scott training
Who?
with Booker T. Oh, Jacques, what's his name?
Jacques Vermont Webster.
Yeah, Jacques Vermont Webster training with Booker T.
He better learn something because
What is
even
he, like-
Jey Uso was talking shit about him. Jey Uso was like, if he hit me like that, like if the way he hit Cody, I would have looked up and he would have got his receipt right there.
Which
on
is
the spot.
crazy because I thought they were friends. They came out together.
I don't
True,
know.
he turned
we
heel.
could be friends, but you punch me in the face or JA punch me in the face, we fighting.
I punch you in the face.
Them's fighting
Yeah.
words.
Let's
I'm taking
that-
these teeth out and it's on.
He
Let's
turns
test
heel
it
on
out.
Jacques.
Don't make me take my teeth out.
Yeah, I know you didn't just do that.
It was insane too, because like you see him get punched in the face, and you can totally tell Cody's reactions. Like, oh, this fuck.
Like,
He's like, who did that?
Yeah, for
was
real.
that Jacques?
Motherfucking Jacques. Yeah.
But yeah, apparently like, he was Swerve said on Twitter, formerly known X, formerly known as Twitter. I'll
There
get
you
it
go.
right.
There's the gimmick.
I like it.
That he
better.
was like trying to talk to him about like music and shit because Swerve does all the music shit, and like Travis Scott was like talking nothing. All he wanted to talk was wrestling.
How disappointed was Swerve?
Right?
He's like, oh,
trying
no,
to get a collab, a
Yeah,
feature
and he's
on
like,
like his album.
and he was
shit.
like, how do you do a superplex?
Where did they link up?
that was your Travis Scott. That was your Jacques voice.
That's what I said.
Where did they link up?
Oh, I have no clue.
studio,
I mean,
huh?
right, made the studio or some shit.
Yeah, I just didn't, he does so much with the WWE. I didn't realize he hit the AEW
Yeah.
guys up.
I think because we were linking up through music. Well,
Yeah,
what is
making
this?
rap.
Yeah, bars.
Well, look. Speaking of Booker T, BET put out their what is it? Top 20,
15.
top 15 best black wrestlers of all time. Booker T #1. Hard to disagree with that.
First of all, I want to say top 15. Like I thought they deserved a bigger list than
How's
that.
Cody
Of
not
course.
on there?
Cody
Good
Cody Raheem
Not
Rhodes.
Yet, not yet. Give him time.
He's not in the top 15. He's just,
He was the number 16.
he's number 16.
Honorable mention 16.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
There are some interesting names on this list. The one that I'm furious about is that Ron Simmons, Farouk, was only at number 7.
Damn.
Damn.
He one or two is interchangeable with Booker and
I totally agree. I
Farouk.
if you told me he was 2
Yeah.
and Booker T was 1, that's fine. But like, it's one of those things. Like either one of them have to be 1 and 2.
Just a regular eye.
That's once again just Ron
Do you-
Simmons.
Do you want to run down the list real quick, and then we can talk about who didn't make the list?
Do you want to?
Let's run the top 5.
The top 5. We'll start at 6 here. It was Junkyard Dog. That one goes out to
JYD.
Old Man John. JYD.
Yeah, don't get that.
Number 5, which I believe J.A. agrees with, was Mercedes Moné,
Oh, love it.
which
But she still should not be ahead of Abdullah the Butcher, who's not on the list.
no, there was a hepatitis free list.
I was gonna say.
No Bobo Brazil. No
Nope.
New Jack.
Yeah, well,
Again, hepatitis free list.
Number 4 was Mark Henry, who doesn't get enough credit, although he loves to give himself credit. I wouldn't say that. The dude fucking goes on every podcast. He's like, I discovered Hulk Hogan. He doesn't get enough credit for creating a spot. And I love that. The spot where someone like does a crossbody block and they kind of catch them, go backwards, roll over, and then pick them up. The one that John Cena does all the time.
Sick.
That's Mark Henry's. He created that spot. And when he even did it, he was like, I feel like no one's creating things in wrestling, and I came up with this, and then no one remembers that I came up with this.
And then he went on a podcast and
was it Kofi was number 3.
Okay.
He was only on the list for 8 seconds until Brock Lesnar took him off. Yeah, that's a real bummer there. Sorry, Kofi.
Rocky Johnson.
Number 2 was the son of Rocky Johnson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The final boss.
Didn't get his name.
The Rock.
Yeah. Oh, The Rock. Huh. Oh, is that the guy that from the show the other night with Jacques? The Rock and Jacques connection.
No Keith Lee.
No Keith Lee.
No Kamala.
That's okay. That's fine.
what about King Mabel?
King Mabel, though, under Mark, Viscera or King Mabel, the same. Mark Henry or Mark Calloway said he couldn't be on there because he broke his orbital bone in '94.
Damn.
And he's still mad about that.
Yeah, MVP. I'm coming.
Yeah. Well, he's on his way to the list.
He's coming.
Yeah, he's coming.
I'm on my way.
Shelton
I'm
Benjamin.
smoking weed.
Shelton Benjamin was number 4.
The Godfather's not on there?
Yeah, that's a big fucking miss. Papa Shango, Godfather.
Kama
Okay.
Mustafa. Or the fighting machine.
D'Lo Brown?
No D'Lo Brown. You got Big E was number 11. He can't even wrestle. That's weird.
Right.
Devon Dudley was just
Devin?
half a wrestler. I don't understand why tag team wrestlers don't get to be on singles lists.
Well, no, remember he did the preacher gimmick, and Batista was his.
Testify.
What I was trying to find,
sure,
Bobby
sure.
Lashley was number 8. So Shelton Benjamin number 14, Bobby Lashley number 8. You got two of the top 15. Also, AEW is just killing it on this list. They got Mercedes. They got Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin.
Almighty.
No Bianca?
Bianca was.
And in a couple years, Swerve Strickland will be at the
number
top of that
9.
list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn,
Bianca.
number 9 feels
And in a few years, Strickland will be on that list.
Swerve in a couple years will be in the top 10.
I put Bianca over Mercedes every day.
Yeah,
Me too. I agree
Totally
with that,
agree.
actually.
As a wrestler or date?
Both.
Okay. Look, I think it's time for us to go.
Naomi at number 13. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, she's starting, especially because she's really coming into her own
Now.
as
Yeah,
opposed
yeah.
to like
Yeah,
whatever she's
true,
done before.
true.
Yeah, that felt like a little recency bias.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it's like if you're going to receive by, there's no Swerve on there. There's no, like, Ricochet.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not even on the list.
Well, look. You know what? With that, we have recorded to the end of our time as usual. But of course,
as usual, we've come to the end of our time.
But
It happens when it gets to the end of your time.
It's crazy that the end is always right near the finish.
right, exactly. Of course, make sure you tap in on our Patreon. Watch that Mr. Vaughn's Theater and Suplex and Chill with JA, of course. Make sure you listen to Grappling with the Gilmans. Those kids are very opinionated. They always got a lot to say. They're the best.
Those crazy kids. What are those rapscallions going to get up to next week?
We'll see.
Wacky.
We got 2 weeks. No Gilman. Sam Gilman is in Costa Rica.
Oh yeah, you can't do it from from satellite connection.
What's he doing in Costa Rica?
Costa Rica
It was an 8th
rainforest.
grade trip.
And there's like a delay where he's just like,
Yeah, he's like,
great
yes.
point, Max.
Yeah, for real. Make sure you tap in with us on Instagram, svw.worldwide. Make sure you hit our other store in Orlando, Florida, svw.orlando. Make sure you hit us on Twitter, TikTok,
Come
all
to
that.
Philly. Come to our
Follow our
store.
Come
backup
to the
page,
store in
Suplex
Philly.
Vintage Wrestling.
Yes. Follow our backup page, Suplex Vintage Wrestling. I think.
If you guys want to sign that 8x10 by me, I'll be at the store in Philly on Thursday.
Yeah, he does autograph signings.
Yeah, JA does
Whenever
autograph
he's there.
signing
I give you $20.
at the store, or if you can find him on the street, he'll do one for you.
He's much like Virgil at the end of his days.
I just start setting up tables and giving people money.
Good.
Take me.
Really just blown out unemployment, huh?
Yeah, it's going crazy. Well, look, I think it's time for us
some people
to
just
get
don't
out
want
of
to work anymore.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm finally
Yeah.
a real American. After 17
here. Are you real
years.
American?
After 17 years of hard work, I finally have
Say it's
retired.
a real
live off the government.
American.
Are you drinking the Real American beer now?
No,
Well,
send
then you haven't
I'll
done it
send a
yet.
couple cases to your house.
please don't.
Please don't.
Has anyone had it yet?
No, I won't
actually-
fucking.
But he'll just
Yeah.
leave you hanging anyway.
I will.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, quick hit. Hogan's leaving the people in New York
He
City.
left him hanging. Jay,
don't even
thank
know
you
if that
as
was New York
always for coming on the podcast.
It was my honor. I love sitting here with these guys. It's an absolute treat.
Look, see,
Love
he's a
you guys.
professional. He put us over too.
Sitting here in the upstairs room
Yeah.
of Roman Fiorella's
The 10-foot high ceilings at Roman Fiorella's upstairs.
2
office.
blocks from the Burke Street train station.
The ceiling fan is spinning. That's our time.
Oh, we out. Good night.